1045 The Team, 1045theteam.com. On the phone now with Tony Kemp, Houston Astros farmhand. Started his career here with the Tri-City ValleyCats. Tony, you just won the AAA title, the true AAA title, while playing for the Fresno Grizzlies. What was that experience like?
It was unbelievable. We had a great group of guys out in Fresno. Our team was, it was almost unfair. Had a ton of big league experience on that team, from Robbie Grossman to Alex Presley, Dan Straley. Just a lot of great guys, a lot of good talent there. So, for us to come together and play as well as we did, it was really exciting.
You started your career with the ValleyCats. You were part of that 2013 team that won the New York Penn League title, although you got moved up before the Cats actually won the title. But that was your first stop on the professional baseball ladder. What do you remember about your time here in Tri-City?
You know what? It's a whirlwind. You go from getting drafted and playing a college season, and you go through the emotional of leaving all your college teammates you've been with for 3 years, and you kind of get thrown into a bunch of guys who you don't really know. They're from all walks of life, and you're asked to play together for a week and then start playing competitive games. So I just remember the group of guys, the coaching staff. They made it real easy. It was real easy for us to play together. It was almost like we had been together for longer than we were. But most people don't know we knew each other for a couple days, and then we rolled the balls out and started playing. So I just remember the team. The team was incredible. Had a ton of talent. Guys moving up through the Astros system. Some have been traded away, but ton of good guys. Ton of guys who are going to play in the big leagues. So I just remember having a really, really strong team.
You played for Ed Romero, who's still the manager of the ValleyCats. Russ Steinhorn, the hitting coach, a guy that you've worked with throughout the Astros system, also here in Tri-City. What do you remember about playing for those guys and working with those guys, even after you left Tri-City, working with them in spring training and things like that?
Yeah, Rusty and Romero. You know what? I just remember, Romero made it super easy. He didn't force anything down the players' throats. He didn't really have an agenda. He just kind of said, hey, guys, go out there and play hard. And, good things will happen. And, he was right. Sometimes you have coaches that try to force things, and it causes players to press, and you don't play to the level that you're capable. And then, Rusty was great. Same kind of thing, no pressure. He just let me kind of do my thing, and, he would make little comments and adjustments, but that's really all we needed. We were a lot of guys coming from college, so we kind of had our own routine. And so, I just remember from those two guys, the biggest thing for me is they didn't force anything down our throats. They kind of just let us be us and then made little tweaks, and it really made all the difference.
Now, you come up with the ValleyCats, and it's initially thought that you're going to be a second baseman in the Astros system. This year you're playing some outfield, and part of the reason is perhaps because the Astros have one of the best second basemen in all of baseball in Jose Altuve, last year's batting champion, stolen base champion. How hard was it for you this year to go through and change positions like that? How difficult was that?
It's it wasn't difficult. You're exactly right. Jose Altuve is an incredible talent, at the big league level. So for me, I talking to some of the player development group, Clinton McCracken, for me, if I want to play at the big league level for the Astros, I got to be, a little bit more versatile. I can't just play second base. So getting to the outfield, gives the Astros a couple different options, if I could move up to the big league level. So, the more positions I can play, the better for me. And if I can play them well, it just makes the decision for the Astros that much harder. I've been in the outfield before. I played there in college starting off, so it's kind of like going back home.
How fun is it to be in the Astros system right now? It just seems like so much youth has been injected into that system. Obviously, the Astros are fighting here in the American League wild card chase, but just so much young talent in the system. Just how fun is it to be a part of that and kind of this growing up process for the organization?
Man, it's a blast. I tell you, it's a blast. Having played at every level now throughout the system, played with just about all of the young guys, all the young talent, and some guys who have been here for a while. It's crazy. We started off in Double-A. My Double-A team, I started off with Carlos Correa playing shortstop. I was playing second base. And even the year before when we were there, Delino DeShields was there, is now in the big league, starts for the Rangers every day. But, we had Vince Velasquez who's in the big leagues. Lance McCullers was on our staff, and those guys are in the big leagues. And, I didn't even say Mark Appel, who was the number one pick. He was in the rotation as well to start off the year. So, man, it's just, position by position, I could keep going. Colin Moran's playing third base for us. Berto Pena's the catcher. It's just, and it's unbelievable. You know, you can rattle off names, 9, 10 names in a lineup, which most minor league teams can't do with guys who are going to be big leaguers. So it's just fun to be around those guys, fun to play at a high level, and kind of success rubs off on each other. So those guys want to be successful, and you can't help but to be successful right along with them.
You played at Vanderbilt, which you alluded to. Well, what you probably didn't know is that right here in the Albany area, we have a Vanderbilt commit, the number 3 prospect in the country, pitcher from Shenandoah High School, Ian Anderson, throws 94, 95 miles an hour. Could easily be a first-round pick, but if you were to sell him on going to Vanderbilt when the time comes, what would be your pitch to get him to go to Vandy and be a Commodore?
He already knows it. Tim Corbin, hands down. Tim Corbin is probably my favorite all-time coach that I've ever played for. I mean, if he's committed to Vanderbilt, I know that's why. The guy is just an unbelievable coach. Not only that, he's a great mentor. The advantages of going to college, just from a mental makeup standpoint to building your body up physically, just being able to handle, the minor league grind and, the potential of getting to the big leagues. I think coming out of high school, it's just tough. You go through Coach Corbin's program and you see year after year guys coming out. We had the number 1 pick at Dansby Swanson this year. Multiple first-rounders. You can go back through David Price, Mikey Minor, Sonny Gray. You can go all day. And they all went to school, obviously. And Tim Corbin's the man who got them ready. So I would say just look at the track record, and it speaks for itself.
Tony Kemp, Houston Astros farmhand, former proud Vanderbilt Commodore, former Tri-City ValleyCat, here with us, 104.5 The Team, 104.5theteam.com. Tony, best of luck throughout, hey, enjoy the off season. It's been a long season, and best of luck, and we'll talk to you again in spring training come next year.
All right, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.